All right, so welcome back to SFA Live TV. We are, of course, our continuing coverage here at the Summer Fancy Food Show. Another great episode and another great interview here. And this is going to be fun because this was actually one of the contestants on the Front Burner competition today. So congratulations making it to Front Burner,
Yes,
because
thank you.
that was a process in
That was
itself.
exciting in itself, yes.
Joanne Lacina with Sungrove, you guys are doing some pretty cool things in terms of olive oil.
Yes.
First, before we get started, tell me about this product you used in Front Burner.
Today in Front Burner, I spoke about the extra virgin olive oil pearls from a really great company in Spain called Oro by Len.
Okay.
So they're like caviar, but they're pearls. So this little droplets.
I saw the cut sheet on them. They look really, really neat.
They're really, really fun. It's a really great way to.
What are some of the applications?
So think of it as being kind of a more olive oil in a more physical form. You know, olive oil is a liquid, and
Yep.
so when you put it on something, it just kind of blends in with the food. And,
Right.
But with the pearl, you get it in a really unique shape. So putting it on top of a dish as a finishing application
Right.
really gives it an eye-catching presentation. And then
Could it be used in drinks?
yes, actually,
I had a martini last night where they used an olive oil top on the martini,
yes.
which I thought was a great
Yeah,
application.
I have some mixologists in the city who do use them in cocktails
Okay.
because they just float on top
Yeah.
rather than sort of the oil dispersing. So yeah, they're actually really great for cocktails as well, and ice cream.
Oh, that's
Really
a
good on
great
vanilla ice
application.
cream.
Yeah.
It's
Great
unexpected,
application.
but highly recommend trying that as well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the types of olive oils that Sungroves. You guys, of course, are an importer.
Yes.
So you're bringing in, and you get a chance to see all of these varietals that are out there.
Absolutely.
Talk about some of those.
So I personally choose every single olive oil myself.
Oh, okay.
I've hand selected every producer that we work with. It's a very conscious decision that I make. And so we have olive oils from all over Spain, Italy, Greece, France, and Portugal right
Okay.
now. We're importing directly from.
I would say that olive oil might be one of the most represented products here at the show. I was going through all of the international pavilions, and I was amazed at the producers that were in there.
A lot
It
of
was
olive
pretty
oil
amazing.
producers, a lot of olive oil out there. And you know what I have seen in the last even 5 years is just the quality of olive oil out there. So much quality olive oil being produced now. And when I first started my company, it was kind of just a handful of people really known who were producing really outstanding olive oils, and those were the products that I wanted to bring into the U.S. market.
Interesting. So when you look for a characteristic of olive oil producers and the product itself, what are some of the things that you're looking for to give our chefs and our viewers and our audience out there some tricks and tips
Yeah, I love this question.
to choose the right one?
Yeah, so number one, quality. Obviously, the
How
oil.
can you tell, though?
Oh, you can tell. So what you look for when you're tasting an olive oil is a harmony in the bitterness, pungency, and fruitiness
Okay.
of the oil.
All right.
Does it just feel harmonious on the palate? Does it have an excellent flavor? Does it taste fresh? Does it have some bitterness and pungency, but not too much that it overpowers the fruit? That harmony is key, and the flavor, it just has to be there. And you obviously don't want any defects or.
No, to me, I've found that with certain olive oils, there's a viscosity element to some that feel less smooth and less, a little bit more watery almost.
That's true. It's the variety of olive. Every variety of olive will have slightly different characteristics, from color to viscosity, and of course flavor. Now, if your olive oil that you're tasting in your mouth leaves an oily residue in your mouth,
Not a good one.
not really a good sign of a
Aftertaste.
quality. Yeah. You want an olive oil should leave a nice clean palate, almost a bit of astringency, if you will.
Okay, all right.
After you swallow.
All right, so that's a great tip right there for consumers.
Yeah.
If a chef is out there trying to incorporate olive oil into a food service menu, both for maybe topping or dressings or incorporating into the cook aspect, how do you guys get involved with food service operations on making sure they're getting the right type of product for their particular application?
What I see with most chefs in food service is they like to have a really good quality, good price point oil for the back of the house.
Okay.
Something that's not going to overwhelm the flavors of the dishes, something they can, liberally use to cook with,
Right.
saute with. And then they tend to like another oil for finishing the dish just before they put it out. And chefs tend to like something that they can it has multi-purpose, a really versatile oil that they can use on a lot of dishes. That's just going to elevate the flavor of the dish itself. And then you have other chefs who want to use a few different oils, and they'll maybe feature this on the menu because, like a Moriolo from Tuscany that's very pungent and green and grassy isn't going to pair with anything and everything in the kitchen. You want to be more conscientious about what you're pairing it with. But when you find that pairing, it's perfect and it's amazing. So it's a lot of fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about front of house when you've got an application where a lot of restaurants are now moving to olive oil with the bread as
Yeah.
it comes out, even and it's not necessarily just Italian locations. You see this in a lot of American bistros. What are you seeing in terms of chefs and operators selecting there for front of house usage?
What I'm seeing an improvement on that. I'd like to see more chefs conscientiously putting out an oil for dipping their bread in that has the quality. And there are really great olive oils that do have a quality, do have the flavor, but they don't break the bank. I know chefs are very, very, of course, conscious of the cost of olive oil and putting it out freely for customers to kind of use.
Yeah.
Is a little bit concerning. So you're not going to use the most expensive oil unless you have the budget, by all means. But like an oil, for instance, Koroniki from Greece is an excellent oil that we find, resonates with a lot of consumers. Just, it's a good medium fruity oil. You can dip your bread in it and go, oh, wow, this is great. This is great. And it's better than a lot of, oils that are out there. So
Let's talk about the regions of olive oil, because I think much like wine, olive oil has some very strong regions and unique characteristics throughout, especially Europe. Share with us a little bit about kind of your findings in when you look at the regions and some of the favorites that you find out there in terms of the products.
Well, it's really, really fun because olive oil is just very particular to its native area. So for instance, you're not really going to find Spanish varieties growing in Italy, maybe as an experiment, today, or and then throughout Italy, you have hundreds of varieties of olives. Some just for eating, some for to use as olive oil that are very, very region specific. You have your Coritina from Puglia, your Lacino from Tuscany. And your Sicilian Nocellara, and then your Casaliva from Riva del Garda. They're very, very region specific and just have completely different flavor profiles that are really fun. And they're very characteristic like wine. You're like, oh, this is Cabernet, this is a Pinot. But then, it's going to range in other characteristics based on who the grower is in the specific area.
Is there such thing as an olive oil sommelier?
Oh, yeah.
You would be that.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Sungrove and kind of other products that you guys are producing or working with in terms of importing in. Anything else that you guys are working with?
So Sungrove Foods itself we are a full-scale olive oil importer and packer. So we do private label, and then we also import the brands themselves from the producers, which we then retail on oliveoillovers.com. And something really exciting that just happened last week that we've been working on for the last year was launching a wholesale e-commerce platform for olive oil lovers. So now as if you have a shop or a restaurant and you just need 4 cases of oil,
there you go.
You can sign up for an account online, put your order in, and have it delivered anywhere in the United States. So we really are trying to be able to service the small customers who want this oil.
Has that been a strategy for you in terms of distribution in the past? Have you mostly been going direct to food service, or do you go through distribution at all?
It's tough because it's such a niche product that the brands that we work with, they're a higher price point. They're more specialized. So you'll have one restaurant that wants it in Colorado, and he can't how does he get that? It's
Yeah.
hard for a distributor to take on a product for one restaurant who's going to order 4 cases
Yeah.
every few weeks. And, so this way, just kind of having this direct distribution, I think will be a really great option.
I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of restaurant operations, chefs and things like that. Okay, oliveoillovers.com, you heard it here. They can now get it right from you directly. Is it much like wine where you can go in, look at regions and learn a little bit about each
Absolutely.
oil?
We make the user experience really fun. You can
Okay.
narrow down the selection based on region, price, variety, flavor profile. Yeah.
Great. Well, good news there. Anything else happening at Sungrow Foods?
That's
the big release.
That's the big release.
All right.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more.
All right. Well, congrats on everything you guys are doing there,
Thank
Joanne.
you.
It was great
Thank
having
you.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so
It's great
much.
to be here.
Yep. Thanks so much for stopping in. Continue right here, of course, catching more of the Summer Fancy Food Show and amazing products right here, especially in the specialty food market. We're seeing a massive move in all these new products. So this is the place to catch it. Make sure and continue watching. Catch you next time.